Hi, Rob here. Welcome to the IELTS Transformation Writing course. So we are continuing with the discussions to help you get a better score in task response, so answering the question. Let's review that very quickly. So task response, you will get a score for this, and it depends on how well you answer the question. So you need to answer the question well. You need to address all parts of the task. You need to present a well-developed response. For a 7, a clear position throughout. For a 6, you need to talk about all parts of the task, although some parts may be more fully covered than others. For a 7, address all parts of the task. Okay. The tips, just a quick reminder, we want 4 ideas from our thinking. 4 ideas written in the 2 main paragraphs, so 2 ideas and 2 ideas. And we will extend and support these ideas. Ask yourself, what do I know about this? We want your mind to open and give you lots of good ideas so that you can choose the best ones. To get better ideas and a wider range of vocabulary, ask yourself when, where, what, why, how, who. This is to help stimulate your mind and generate ideas. Okay. So here's a question. In most parts of the world, the structure of the family and the roles of its members are gradually changing. 2 parts in this. What kind of changes are occurring? Do you think these changes are positive or negative? So let's use our method, what, when, where, why, how, who. So what is a family? A family is a group of people that are related to each other, so traditionally 2 parents and children, but then we can have an extended family, can't we? We can have grandparents, aunts and uncles, even nowadays more stepchildren, so sometimes married people divorce and then meet someone else and the children go with them, so that's changed actually, hasn't it? And we've kind of answered the question there a bit, haven't we? And what's the roles of, so roles means jobs. So what roles does the father have and what roles does the mother have? Then we could say when did changes start to happen? Well, that depends on your culture, your country. Again, you need to talk about what's happening in your culture, because that's what you know about. And the question says to use examples, relevant examples from your own experience. So you can do that. So from my perspective, the structure of the families has changed a lot. For example, since the beginning of last century, women started to have more power. They got the vote, then they've started to work more in paid work. Obviously in the war they did lots of work, but after the war certainly women started to work more and more and become in this what was called the social revolution of the 1960s. Women wanted, rightly so, equal rights so that they can do whatever they want. So women have gained better rights, so they could work, make choices for themselves, and that sort of thing. So this has taken the mother, or the female, out of the home more, and then the father sometimes even works at home now. So we could talk about women leaving the home and going to work. Well, nowadays often both parents are working, whereas before, traditionally, the father went out to work, the mum stayed at home and looked after the children, basically. That's changed. What are the changes? Well, people have, in many countries, stopped living with the grandparents. So in many cultures, the parents, I think usually of the father, but the parents are not living with the family anymore. Often, of course, people have moved from the country to the city, so the grandparents are still in the country, whereas the new family, the young family's in the city. So these extended families are not living together so much. So also people are having less children as well, of course. Children are expensive, and so we don't need as many. Traditionally, in many cultures, they needed lots of children to work on the family farm or in the family business or whatever. So that's changing as well. Do you think these changes are positive or negative? So sorry, the changes we could talk about would be women going to work, more divorce and what's called blended families, so children from different marriages, less extended families living together, and then the last one that I mentioned, which was what was it? I can't remember. It was only a minute ago. But those are enough changes to talk about. And do I think these changes are positive or negative? Well, for me, so this is an opinion, isn't it? So you need to say what you think. So for me, it is good that women have more equality and more opportunity. More divorce is both positive and negative. Let's not talk about divorce. Let's talk about women working and smaller families, smaller nuclear families as they're known. So I think both of those are positive. Better for women, although I think that a lot of kids suffer nowadays because they don't get enough time with their parents, especially their mother. So I would add that idea in as well. Although kids don't spend as much time with their mother, it's good that she has more freedom and opportunity to do what she wants. And then the other one was smaller families. I think smaller families are good because the children get more attention. If you have 2 children, they get 50% parental attention, in theory. If you have 5, they get 20%. If you have 10, 10%. So I think that's better to have smaller families, personally. But the world has changed, hasn't it? So, and that would be it, really. Those would be my 4 ideas. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope everything's going well, and have a great day. Goodbye.